Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we got our Zion Williamson build in NBA 2K25. Now, I did make him 6'7 instead of 6'6 like his natural height. I just felt like it's more resemblant of playing like Zion to be 6'7 in my opinion. And as you can see, we're already kind of lacking a little bit of defensive attributes and stuff like that. So we want to be able to overcome that a tad bit by, being a little bit taller. So anyway, with this build, we do have 74 perimeter D. As you can see, it's actually a decent threshold for reaching some of these badges. So like Challenger at 71, you got things like Pick Dodger at 73, On Ball Menace at 74. We even got a Movable Enforcer off our strength being so high. So it looks like a bad defensive build on paper, but you pair it with the good physicals, the good verticals, stuff like that, the strength, the speed, the rebounding versatility that we're going to give it. Really, all it can't do is play like passing lanes and get steals, honestly. Because even with the 78 block, we still have the high flying denier on silver, aka chase down artist, and then the bronze paint patroller as well. I didn't actually check to see what height cap there is on paint patroller, but that's another reason to maybe be a 6'7 instead of a 6'6. I don't remember for a fact if you have to be 6'7 and taller to be able to get the anchor type badge, if you will, or if you can get it at 6'6 and shorter. I'm not sure, but anyway, wanted to cover the bases here a little bit. You could drop the agility because at the end of the day, this is just about playing on ball D. It's nothing to do with like your speed with ball or anything like that. And I don't know, I mean, I'm not here to pull strings on whether we need to start penny pinching Zion's agility in terms of being realistic or not, but I mean, as you can see, we're trying to find a couple ways to spend the attribute points. You probably could argue that he should have some really good post control, but like I said, we're trying to still negotiate things in a way to resemble the best way to possibly still make the build. So I still wanted to be competitively viable. So anyway, you can see we do start working on getting our rebounding up a little bit because you can work on getting that gold box out beast by having 85 defensive rebound. And I think that'd be a good thing to go for. I think obviously, him being so like heavyweight and stuff like that too, it'd be very good to be able to get like solid box outs. So now as you can see, 78 three-pointer also, I think that's a pretty fair rating to give him, and it sets up really good because that happens to be the benchmark for set shot specialist as well. You still get bronze shifty shooter, bronze deadeye as well. So this is definitely meant to be a slasher build where you're primarily looking to the hoop, but settle on your jump shot with that 78 three-pointer still being plenty hittable, most likely, I have to assume. But yeah, 93 driving dunk, 83 standing dunk, all combined. That's not exactly a perfect place to be. It's enough for silver rise up. If you guys want to be dunk metering though with a standing dunk, I'd probably try and shoot for more along the lines of like a high 80s. And if you want to take away from like the layup and stuff like that for any reason, or maybe like drop one of your rebound ratings a tad bit, I think you could do that to be able to get some standing dunk higher. But yeah, 93 driving dunk enough for gold poster. The driving layup being 85 is enough for the silver layup badges and stuff like that. It's pretty much all of them. And then yeah, I mean the rebounding, we get the silver chaser, gold box out beast. Got good enough vertical to get all the contact dunks that we need in terms of like matching up with this dunk rating. And everything looks really good in my opinion. Now, I didn't get shades of Zion by any means, whether it was like small forward or power forward, because I think it's just the fact that I need to make him 6'6", to be honest. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to work. But anyway, yeah, so I tried making that power forward, tried making it a small forward. As you can see, the player comps changed at the position, but yeah, it's still inside out shot creator, and then at small forward it was slashing inside out threat. So whatever way you want to make it, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. But just a quick last second overview of the build. I gotta say, I think this is more dependent on whether you like this playstyle or not. I don't think it's so much whether the build's bad or not, because I mean, overall, it's not terrible on defense. Like I said, it still covers the bases on rebounding. I guess one problem that you will have is finding what position you want to play with this. I think in the park you would want to play the 2, but alongside someone at the 1 that can still play some solid defense. So that's where I do totally understand. That's where this becomes a little bit of a problem, because you don't want to run this build at the 3 on 3v3 or anything like that, Maybe you could, with the way the rebounding is, it could be doable, but you would want to be in probably a very like 3-out offense where you have all the spacing, but then you're going to be guarded by centers if you're at the bigs. So you want to make sure that if you are in a kind of situation like that, that you're very willing to shoot and take advantage of the fact that like bigs are going to be playing off of you and stuff like that, and really use your speed to your advantage in that regard, and like really just take what the defense give you, open threes or go for your dunks and stuff like that. You could probably use it as a pick and roller as well. To be a pick and roller with 85 speed is very nice, and then you combine that with the silver brick wall, even still you're going to be able to utilize that as long as your point guard's good enough at using screens. But match that with solid offensive rebound, I mean, it could definitely get the job done in that sense. Or what you maybe want to do is play along with a stretch as well. So like a stretch big at the 3 and then you at the 2, so you get better matchups where you could do a little bit more bullying people, aka if you have a smaller matchup on you, maybe you could take him to work a little bit more in the post, or like with the slashing and stuff like that, or with the pick and roll even still. But one issue with that is when you line up at the 2, you generally get the lockdowns on you. So it's kind of tough, you know. Maybe even a better example for when to use this build would maybe be at the 1 for 2v2. I think it'd be a great spot for that. So again, I think it really comes down to, do you like the build? Is this your style more than anything? Because there's probably other people who prefer like a, you know, Ja Morant or like a Donovan Mitchell or Anthony Edwards type build, you know, for sure, over something like this. They want to have more ball handle, more speed, more ability to move with the ball, and like, you know, probably even more three-pointer, just stuff like that. Be a smaller guard and actually just line up at the 1 no matter what, and be more perimeter defense like oriented, rather than like this kind of mediocre defensive guy where it's like built on perimeter and interior. I gotta say though, with something like this, I mean, as long as you're good on the sticks, I think you'd be really good on defense, because you have a multitude of ways to impact the game on defense, between still being a decent perimeter defender and a decent interior defender. So as long as you are good enough like on the game with it, I think you can overcome the bronze to silver level of everything, you know. But anyway, besides that, I mean, I think the ball handle is good enough. The speed with ball is probably good enough as well. Pass act, mediocre, you know, it is what it is. But the build's meant to be a slasher, rebounder, kind of just speed and like mismatch sort of deal, you know. Now, I would have loved to have gotten more post control. If you guys want to try and like finesse a way to do that, you could definitely try. I would say maybe the rebounding is something that could be taken down at the expense of it. But I mean, shooting can't really go anywhere. Standing dunk could drop down if you want to be like, you know, competitively viable, because it really doesn't make too much of a difference whether it's 83 or like 60 something if you're not going to be dunk metering. But that's not very Zion-esque, you know what I mean? Like to be on some 50 standing dunk, you know. But either way, just wanted to give you guys a little template to work with. Obviously, this isn't like one of my banger videos of like the builds or anything like that, but wanted to at least put this out there for anybody who wanted to try and play like Zion and give you a format to work with, and then you can skew things how you want. So anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all good stuff. And like always, tries 1 to 5,000 likes. This one maybe more like 3K. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. And if you made it to the end of this one, put Zion in the comments to support me all the way through. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I'm pairing with NBA 2K Labs again this year. So in this time around, since it's so early, they're going to have early content such as the ratings you need for each badge and all the requirements with that are listed in, you know, visual form. We also have each takeover ratings boost, all the ratings that are boosted by every takeover. And a lot of this info, it's stuff I'm interested in seeing. Like that, for instance, is something I didn't spend my time on the game looking for. So you'll find it on their website, as well as the fact that I am super interested in that myself. So I'll be checking it out. And then also, as soon as the game drops, they're going to look for every animation requirement and list that on their website as well. All right, so as for the premium content, this is where the banger is. Now, obviously, this is 2K24 information right here. To get the 25, you're gonna have to subscribe, but 2K Labs is cool enough to let me show you the 24 info as an example. So, for instance, you got a lot of different ways to sort it through here. You can look through green window, speed, you can look for the fastest millisecond jump shot, you can look for the total make percent. So, for instance, on the early, middle, and late end of the green window, what the chances are, then all that combined into the total average. You can look through the most makeable shots to the fastest ones with the biggest green window, to the ones that fit your position group between the guards, wings, and bigs. It's fire. You can find the bases and the uppers in here and combine that for the best possible statistical jump shot, and it's just a huge tool, so shout out to them for that. And then you have ranking of dribble moves per category, so it's going to be like behind the backs ranks against each other, showing you which ones are the best. There's like a letter grade on each of them tested by Koza, so he's going to be ranking all those dribble moves in each category. And then we also have dribble practice tools, so it's going to be showing you exactly how to do the moves on the controller, and then you can replicate it on the controller in their website as well. So for anyone interested in supporting me while also getting access to the content, you can go ahead and subscribe to the 2K Labs Premium right here on NBA2KLab.com. And then when you click register, it'll allow you a chance to put in a creator code of someone you want to support. And then if you put in code Laker at checkout, you'll get 20% off of your whole purchase right there. And not that some of you guys care, but just to let you know, I get a percentage based off only your initial purchase. So if you got the monthly, I would only get a percentage based on your first month. So if you do want to support me a little bit and plan to get like 3 to 6 or even a year-long subscription, feel free to get those and I would really appreciate it. But I get that not everybody wants to. So if you want just the monthly as well, that's cool too. So anyway, that's code Laker at checkout. Appreciate you guys for watching. But anyway, that's all for vid. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.